Hello students, today we'll start with the new lesson 8 of science, structure and function of cell. In this chapter, we'll cover the topic first, introduction of cell, second, discovery of cell, third, cell theory, fourth, variations of cell, fifth, parts of a cell, sixth, plant and animal cell. You are surrounded by so many things and they are living and non-living things. Okay. If you remember, in class 6, you have studied the function of living things. Means all the living things, they carry out some basic functions. The process of activities common to all living things, plants and animals. Okay. An organism is considered to be alive when? As long as its cells perform certain life functions. What are the functions? Nutrition, transport, respiration, excretion, regulation, growth, reproduction, synthesis, metabolism. Living organisms eat, they grow in size, they respire, they excrete, they reproduce the young ones of their own kind. And you know what? To perform all these functions, living organisms have different organs in the body, like brain to think, heart, intestine, stomach, kidney, liver and lungs, etc. Now, let us learn about the cells. We can say the basic structural unit of all the living organism, that is the cell. So, what do you think, what is cell? Okay, so to understand this, we are taking an example of a bricks. See, bricks are assembled to make house, school or many kind of buildings. Likewise, sentence is a group of words and words are a group of letters. Similarly, cells are the basic unit of life. Means each and every organisms are made up of cells. Cells unite to form tissues and tissues unite to form organs and organs unite to form a body. You can see the bricks arranged to make a wall, likewise cells arranged to make a body. Each cell assembles to make a body. So, both bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms are basic structural units. The buildings, though built of similar bricks, have different designs, shapes and sizes. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another, but all are made up of cells. And cells in the living organisms are complex living structures unlike non-living bricks. So, here one question is there for your general knowledge. The biggest single-celled organism is the egg of an ostrich. Now, can you tell me the name? Who is he? Yes, he is Robert Hooke. Let's start discovery of cell. Cells were discovered in 1665 by an Englishman named Robert Hooke. He is the person who discovered the cells in 1665. Okay. One day what happened? He observed the thin slices of cork under a microscope. Cork means what? The bark of a tree, a thin slice of the bark of a tree, which is called as cork. He observed this thin slice of cork under a microscope. Then what he observed there? He observed the small structures separated from each other like honeycomb by thin partitions, like this. Okay, and he called these structures as cells. You can see cork cells observed by Robert Hooke here and his microscope through which he observed these cork cells. Then after Robert Hooke, in 1838, two German scientists named Schleiden and Schwann. Schleiden and Schwann. These two scientists proposed the cell theory. The cell theory is a widely accepted explanation of the relationship between cells and the living things. Now, what does the cells theory says? It states all living things or all the organisms are made up of one or more cells. Okay, one celled organism are called as unicellular and more than that are called as multicellular. Okay, so secondly, cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all the living beings. Third, new cells are created by division of pre-existing cell. Means if suppose it is cell, so by division it will create two cells like this. It may divide from here. Okay, so likewise new cells are created by the division of pre-existing cells. So finally we can say that cells are called the building blocks of life. Okay, cells are called the building blocks of life.